Thank you for staying with us. It is the Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And you are on to Mainland Focus. This is the part where you, our dear listener, you get to be a part of the conversation. You share your own thoughts and your submission as regards the focal point that will be selected off the front pages of the papers this morning. Time check is 8:43 a.m. and for today, we have just one focal point that we're going to be looking at, and interestingly, it's the major headline across the papers this morning, at least across the Guardian and Vanguard newspaper, and it's one of the headlines on the front page of the Punch as well, and it is based on executive order and delays in implementation of executive orders. That's the conversation that we're going to be looking at this morning. All right, so my name still remains Omobola Sandra, and I also have Fuad Sahid still on standby via the phone line. He would share his thoughts as regards all of these stories before we open the phone line for you to hear yours this morning. So very quickly, just this morning we looked at the story of the front page of the Guardian, which is as regards the excise duty or the import duty waiver on certain food items and the delay of it. But what the what the farmers are saying now is that the farmers are kicking against this particular food waiver policy, especially as regards forex availability, whether or not there will be forex available for them to import, what they want to import, before we even go into the stringent guidelines that has been posed by the Nigeria Customs Service before you can be a beneficiary of this particular executive order. And then there's also the story on the front page of Vanguard newspaper as well, looking at the medicals as well. So there's an executive order that was passed sometime in June as regards waiver on importation of raw materials that will be used, or importation on medical equipment and all of that, so in order to reduce the cost of healthcare in the country. But then 2 months after, the federal government is yet to implement that as well. We also have the import duty waiver on certain food items. We also have a month after, that is also yet to be implemented as well. And these are something we're looking at from the angle of what does this say, or what does this say about delay in implementation of presidential directives in this administration. All right, and what are the issues around policy communication and implementation? I mentioned earlier on as regards there's a pattern here that I have seen now in this current administration, and that's as regards the fact that statements just come out, all right, and then we don't see the impact. We don't get the impact, or we don't see implementation of it, or we don't see a thorough preparation being put into those particular statements. I'll start off with subsidy is gone statement. After that, was there proper planning? Was there any conversation with policy or decision makers or stakeholders in that particular industry as regards, I'm going to take this thing off, what is going to be the implication, or what are the stopgap measures that we can do to ensure that the impact is not as brutal as it should be? Were there conversations that were had? And then also you have the food waiver policy as well. Did you speak with the agric sector? Where's the Minister of Agriculture in all of this? Did you speak to the farmers? Did you talk to agro business owners as regards, okay, this is what we want to do, or did you even ask them if this is what they want at all? Okay, because apparently if we look at the food waiver policy, information coming in especially from Dr. Muda Yusuf, who was former DG LCCI, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, saying that if this thing is done, you are cutting off the small and medium scale farmers, and these are people who are should be the major beneficiaries of this particular food waiver policy. And then you also have the medicaments. It has no impact at all. There's a waiver on importation of medical equipment, major medical equipment that's necessary for healthcare, which is supposed to reduce the cost of healthcare in the country. But then we are not seeing the impact at all as well. So does this say anything as regards whether there was a proper, a planning put into all of these policies, and how disturbing should we be, or how disturbing should this be for the government and also for ordinary Nigerians? Away from all of these three, this is three now. There's also the fourth one as well, where the president gave an executive order saying that the NNPCL should provide crude supply to local refineries and Dangote in Naira. That is also yet to be implemented. Did you have a conversation with NNPCL? Did you have a conversation with the refineries? Did you have a conversation with the IOCs and all of that? So these are the things that we need to talk about as regards implementation of executive orders in Nigeria. I'll start off with Said Fuad, and then we open the phone line for you to air your thoughts, share your thoughts as regards the focus for this morning. Fuad.
All right, thank you, Sandra. I'm going to make it very fast, and this is basic, not.
Hello? A few seconds, Stefan.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is the basic thing, fundamentals of policy communication says that, look, you have to tie everything together from policy formulation to policy implementation. And what does that say, basically? You identify a problem, Sandra. And when you identify a problem, you engage with the stakeholders. And stakeholders means everybody has to tell the eventual beneficiary of the policy that you intend to implement and everything, to guide everything that comes into the policy formulation process. It's not something you don't issue a policy statement and then start to now engage the stakeholders. No. And that's why in Nigeria it's become a pattern, not just in this administration, where policies are issued, policies are flying left, right, and center. And then when it comes to implementation, we can't even do anything. Because we are not a process-driven people. And that's why people are saying that, if we just issue this statement to make the airline get people excited, you might identify about 4 or 5. I can tell you that there are more than 10 that goes to my head. As to differences that are announced at the level of government, and nothing happens. Another problem is even the issue of unification of the Naira, the foreign exchange market. It becomes a problem. Have we really unified anything? Look at the challenges we are facing. The Catholic bishops, I think, had an event over the weekend, and what they are also saying is not different from what we are saying. That look, the government again should look at this clean policy of sudden removal and the floating of the Naira, which has brought untold hardship for Nigeria. To mitigate the effect now, government has not been issuing other statements, executive orders, and it has amounted to nothing. So, and when we talk about planning, this is exactly what we are saying. People think, you just want to come out really to be critical of government. No. It is still about nation building, and the basic thing that should do with policy communication is that, look, you understand what the problem is, get stakeholders involved, think again about it, think it through, and then you can implement and then evaluate. Not that we issue statements 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and we keep talking about it, people are now sitting, you now begin to come up a committee, and then the committee now begin to think they come up with guidelines that will now be reviewed by another committee. Look at the ʟᴏᴜ report, for example. We formed a committee that was supposed to sit for 3 weeks. What has happened with that committee? And several other committees too. It is because as a people we are not process driven, we don't think things through before we come out with policy statements. And half of the time, like Barrister Curtis has said, in Nigeria, when people pretend to want to solve a problem, but in reality they don't want to solve it, they come up with a committee. And then the committee continues to talk about another committee, and at the end of the day, nothing happens. So, again, because these are issues that are important in the living of the people in Nigeria, in the well-being of Nigeria, to the good, living of Nigeria, the government should do better when it comes to policies. Let's think it through. If it is not achievable, let's leave it. Don't just make a statement and then you now begin to identify the problem with implementing the policy. It does not work like that. God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you very much, Said Fuad. Appreciate, your passion and your contribution as well. 6,410. That's the number to call to join the conversation this morning. What are your thoughts as regards government policies and implementation problems or delays in implementation of these government policies or executive orders or presidential directives, or however it is that you want to put it. All right, that's the conversation this morning. You can send a WhatsApp message as well to 0913 6000 430. 0913 6000 430. That is the number to send your WhatsApp messages to. For phone calls, it's 0913 6000 410. We're live on Facebook as well, at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're also live on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section on both platforms, and we'll take them as the show progresses. Government policies, delays in implementation, what are your thoughts? You have just 2 minutes for those who will be calling in. Please, let's stick within the 2 minutes time frame. Would appreciate that, so we can so we can have as many people sharing their thoughts as possible. So please, let's respect the 2 minutes time frame, and also once you get a prompt to wrap things up, let's do that as well. And most importantly, please keep your language clean. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, John from Oba.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Yes, sir. Well, we have always been saying it, that when it comes issues policy that concerns the people, when it comes to issues and policy that concerns the people that will benefit us, they will not think it through. They will just issue a statement, a blanket one, that okay, we are going to do this, we are going to do this. At the end of the day, they do not implement it, or it goes into bottlenecks and bureaucratic problems. But when it comes to the issue of their own, are you there?
Yes.
Hello?
I'm with you.
They will issue statements. They might not even, they won't even tell us. Or they will make mention of it, and the GC is implemented, and they start enjoying it. I think the president should do more. Should have an introspect. Think it through about what we are talking about. This is just 1 year plus. He can still redeem his image. He can still retrace his steps and begin to work on what essentially what has been saying, we have been saying from this video. It's not that we criticize it just for criticizing sake. We want a better Nigeria where we can say we are living in a just, egalitarian and a profitable society. That's what we wanted. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. John. We appreciate your contribution. Hello? Hello?
Sandra.
Yes.
Good morning. It's Professor Comrade Koboko from Ota.
You're welcome, Comrade Koboko.
I greet you and beforehand, and my blessing go to this money. You ask question about specifically order of without collecting money, because cost of loan that is not.
There's no executive order on opening border, Comrade Koboko.
Okay, that's the executive order of
import. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Okay.
Now, all this committee and this executive order, that means that they are not respecting the president, and he's not doing anything about it. Let me tell you, all daughter is not empty. Nigeria is not aggression and driving. Especially when they are doing international road now, that 6 police stations have gone out of the level from some point that bring it to now. All daughter is empty now. So let them help us now. I don't hear any executive order of buying large, or buying aircraft, or SUV, or paying judges, or increasing national assembly. But in our own to eat, for us to go to hospital, we are hearing executive order that they will not respect him or to implement. What I want to tell you is, one day the host Nigeria oil, and none of them have serious. All of us have equal rights. They should stop treating us like a soulless, like we don't have souls. Are you hearing me?
I'm with you.
Anytime I go to my friends, I never talk to them. I never talk to this one. This is 3 months, I never talk to them. How can I use 4,000 to buy that? Go buy them. What is the money for hour? And the first for here. And the first, they don't get somewhere.
It's okay.
They don't get oil. Not even get our oil. This is nonsensical and terroristic.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Thank you very much, Comrade Koboko. I totally understand you. I can imagine something that is you're used to, or something that is one of your favorites. He said he hasn't eaten yam in a very long while. I can imagine how he feels about that. Well, I've not eaten quite a lot in recent times, and I miss quite a lot, and I'm a foodie myself. But thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution, Comrade Koboko. 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call to join the conversation this morning. Hello. Good morning, but we're going to have a little bit of an issue because the quality of the call is really, really poor. Hello. I would need you to please call back. Thank you very much. I apologize, but I can barely hear what you are saying. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, this is Maxwell calling from Songota.
Maxwell calling from Songota.
Yes.
All right, please go on.
Okay, concerning what I have heard so far and what
all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Maxwell. If you can call back, you're free to do so. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Yes.
From Malaba.
You're welcome, Sadam Lala.
Yes. The thing is just that if you look at the presidential order and directives, I think we are in a huge problem. Because we have been looking at this thing for a long time, over a year now. Right from time of subsidy removal. It is just that it's very obvious, Sandra, that this government is not prepared at all. But my worry is this: the people around Mr. President, even if he is not really well prepared, the personal assistants, the ministers, and the people around him, what are they doing? And they actually call them to order, okay, you give order on this and that, nothing is implemented. Especially this, the tax waiver of the food shop, the custom came up. Were they not aware before the order was given out? Then who is fully win this country? In fact, for me, it's like some people are playing music somewhere, and we are dancing to read over 30. Because nothing is really working. Okay, this government is going to vary. What is the problem? If you are not going to give order, then you don't need to make Nigerians to be very happy. Making headlines unnecessarily. If your friend is conduct cocaine, you know what you are giving out. Don't just actually give a something to jubilate. It's not done. Many things are going. What is if the president is not capable or is not actually prepared, let him resign. That is not a must to rule the country. If you are not ready, you are not prepared, if around you cannot tell you the truth, then resign.
Let's
move forward. It's too much. Good morning, my sister.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution this morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me well now? This is Samuel from Kitchen.
All right. Please carry on, Mr. Samuel.
Okay. Let me start from where the first caller talked from, that the issue of egalitarian society. Are we in egalitarian society? The answer is no. When you talk about the issue of executive order, you look at the person that is issuing the executive order, you look at his body language, or you look at his mindset, you look at the fact that he is in the right frame of mind. These are the things you look at before you can say if that executive order is meant to achieve its desire. The answer is no. The first pronouncement he made when he took over the leadership mantle of Nigeria, that subsidy is done. He gave two fundamental reasons for his statement. Taking the fuel to neighboring countries, and then people are feeding fat on subsidy. Then those two things, they are more pronounced in the government now. Even by what, in the sense that we don't know how much we are paying for subsidy. In neighboring countries, all these neighboring countries, they don't have refineries. It doesn't matter how much they are selling it. They have no choice than to buy it. As he achieves that purpose, the answer is no. Okay?
it would have been better if we have a functional National Assembly. The National Assembly that we don't know about their honey, what they are thinking is that on your mandate we stand. Where are we going? We are in total mess. Like I usually, when we have a transactional leader, not a foundational leader, that is what we are witnessing now is what will be happening. This man is taken not to know where. He has nothing to offer. You look at the level of intellectual capacity. You look at his antecedents. You look at his integrity. If he is a man of integrity, the answer is no. So, enter one chance.
Nice.
I don't know who will deliver us, but we are looking on to God. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution this morning. Help us, God. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Shola, and I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, Mr. Shola, please go on.
Okay. Yes, I just laugh because reality has come to dawn on us. Talking about the MNPC saga, the insecurity and all. So let me start from the core saga. When Tinubu was campaigning, you know, he is somebody that all the year is without any thorough explanation on what you will do. The manifesto was not clear. We were seeing it then that this man doesn't have anything to offer. The people that support, I thank God that the eyes are now open, because it's just all about rhetoric, just talking. Now he is there. Life ambition has been fulfilled. We are now seeing it clearly. Insecurity, look at it there. No real power, you know, to tackle the insurgency. I don't know. I'm not sorry to say this, but I don't know the difference between a slow state and what we are experiencing now. Please. The only difference now is that we are not hearing gunshots and people having mental shelter. Because even the way they treat the citizens now is like as if Nigerians are refugees. Imagine. They're taking rights, giving them rights as if we are refugees. So until we have credible leaders with willpower, which I don't see, but I hope that Nigerians are now getting, getting their eye opener. Until that happens and we come together and know that there is a divide between the political class and the people, irrespective of your type. Until that happens and we unite before Nigeria can change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution this morning. 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call. It's 5 minutes past 9. You're on to Milan Focus on Milan 98.3 FM. The conversation this morning is around the many executive orders from this administration and the delays in implementation thereof. What are your thoughts? What do you think as regards, all of this? Let's have a conversation, especially what does issue around policy communication, policy implementation in this particular administration say, and do you think there should be a disturbing trend for us to pay attention to at this time now? That's what we're looking at this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sandra.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, I love you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. First of all, you see, the issue of executive order, I think is a very key issue. I think we discussed that on one of the, radio stations this morning, which is exactly, the point you even raised. It's a very key issue. And, we need to make a kind of comparison. You see, I remember during the past regime, we mentioned that President Muhammadu Buhari does not give a guy, he doesn't talk, but remember, my sister Sandra, once Buhari talk, that issue will be impacted. You see, and when we call every day, it's for him to hear. You see, I believe the people that even in the APC caucus, if they are not helping him, let's face the fact, they are not helping him. And I believe he himself should learn lesson, because the kind of audacity, the kind of power he gives to especially the governor, is disappointing. I don't want so he should learn lesson from that. You see, look at the kind of executive order you talk of pharmaceutical, and that is what lingers to the Dangote issue. Because the people will be thinking that it's just like a job that the bank that can also even buy it. So that's the way we're looking at it. So I'm appealing to our president. We love him, we want him to succeed. So let him address most of our comments. And in fact, to follow it to the latter, president is the commander in chief. Who is that person that will tell you why President Trump is not going to implement it? So that's it is fair. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Sibero. Appreciate your contribution. Hello.
Morning to you, Sandra.
Good morning.
Engineer Nee.
Right.
Executive order. When ordinary pronouncement was made on May 29, 2023, the whole nation, the whole world went very wire. Now there is a written executive order, no implementation. Is there any political will behind the executive order? That's what we should ask ourselves. That is what we are experiencing now. Because if there is political will to execute it, it will be followed through. They will follow it through, and they will make sure that it is delay or no delay. Any order that is given one day, the second day higher, we will start to see changes. Like we see saw change on May 29th to today. Let there be political will behind any executive order. Because we are not in the jungle. The topic is very good for our time. Because what Nigeria is suffering, I think we want to solve the problem. Let everything we are doing have human faith. Let us see that we are executing as executive. If you are executive, execute well. If you are legislator, legislate well. We are judiciary, do your judiciary work well for people to see that you are working for Nigeria, not just to make pronouncement. It's just sheer pronouncement that has there's no power behind it. That is what I'm seeing. It's like we are now in the jungle. Nobody knows the next direction we are going in Nigeria. That's just the situation. There is no political will. Petroleum issue, no political will. Medication, food security, no political will. Where are we going in Nigeria? We should ask ourselves. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution. Where are we going? And that's why we're having this conversation. Policy, communication, and implementation. We've already looked at almost about 4 or 5 different policies, or initiatives, or executive orders, or presidential directives that have been given in recent times. And most of these, policies all have timelines. So, are we going to wait till the end of the time frame for this, or what exactly is the way forward? Anyways, 0913-6000-410, that's the number to call. But before we go back to the phone line, let's take some messages from WhatsApp. Time check right now is 10 minutes past 9. I have here, good morning, Mainland Radio. The delay in implementing the presidential directives and unending committees put in place on all these urgent directives call for concern. If care is not taken, the period allowed for implementation of these waivers will be wasted on all these unnecessary committees. And in Nigeria, if you want an issue not to be solved or resolved, set up a committee. Finally, I will suggest that the effective date of all the executive directives given by Mr. President should take effect after the rigmarole of all these avoidable committees set up to effect the directives. All right, the directives of pharmaceutical products, food commodities, crude oil for Dangote, and etc. are still being held hostage by these committees. The federal government should do proper planning, policy evaluations before announcing all these directives. Nigerians are dying, and that's Alhaji Remi Olisa from Palm Avenue, Mushi, Lagos. I also have here, who is surprised that many so-called executive orders are not implemented, when it's obvious that what is clear about this government is the style of talking before thinking. The only orders that are carried out with speed are the ones that will selfishly put money in their pockets or promote the affluence for them and their cronies. It's been a complete directionless era. May the good Lord continue to have mercy and redeem your people from all right, Steve from Ijaniki, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts as well. We also have here, hi, Mainland FM. I believe when implementing policies, normally we create a model, either from countries that have used these policies or evaluate a new model with a lot of analysis and feasibility studies. Now to Nigeria. We have a country where peculiar circumstances, where failing policies are copied and workable policies are ignored due to corruption and slavery from both leaders and the West. The floating of the naira and subsidy removal are such monumental policies that has indirectly and directly negatively the lives of Nigerians. Let the government evaluate these policies and look for how to tweak these policies, even if they cannot reverse it, by calling stakeholders both locally and internationally. And that's Sean from Festac saying that one. The ways of usual deceit and falsehood to make gullible Nigerians believe they are working. Okonjo has once again advised Mr. President and other politicians to stop looting our treasury in the name of policies and pronouncements. Mr. Dapo Abiodun, please fix Agbado Ijoko Road. We are dying. And that's Bolaji from Ijoko. Still calling attention. Government of this government will be winning. Executive order here and there is not governance and cannot change anything when the government lacks the willpower to implement and enforce it. Under this government, Nigeria is deteriorating to the level that nobody believes in this country will happen, or nothing will change. Rather, Chika Bende from Trade Fair, Lagos, sharing that one. All right. Okay. I also have here. Good morning. Okay. For me, giving executive order doesn't move me in any way because I know they are not born out of sincerity of purpose. They are meant to divert our attention for them to buy time to continue to rigmarole, dancing around and wasting our time for nothing. This is what you get when you have at the helms of affairs. It takes only but gullible people to take them serious. Victor Aloy Igboki from Ikeja sharing that one. And let's go back to the phone line now. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning.
We thank God for another day, and we thank God for the showers of blessing. My name is Ambrose, Pastor Ambrose, and I live in Sandra. When the customs told us that, when the president, told us that he has given waiver for importation of food, we were jubilating. Only for custom to come and tell us that it's sharp right that sharp. I've never heard of it before. You now import rice that sharp and they come and mill it here. The president knows what he's doing. This is his body language. He's truly interested in making money and making money. If you heard now that the day has given them whether 3 billion, how much I don't know how much they say they are giving KB because of the flood. That's all he's interested in. This president is just once he uses all those things to buy time. The moment he sees that people are making noise, he will just come on radio, he will talk, or he will release a statement, and then people will begin to jubilate. But right in his mind, he's not ready to do that thing. During Buhari's time, I saw that this man was the worst president that we will have. I didn't know that somebody was going to beat his record. Anybody telling me that he has sympathy for the government, I just laugh. You know why I laugh? Because somebody you are having sympathy for, he does not need your sympathy. He has the best medical treatment, he eats the best food, he flies on the best deck, he goes to the best place, and you say you have sympathy for him. And you are not fit to all the importation drugs that they have. This president, and when we are saying it then, they say in the town of the Southwest. And I asked them to Shibacho, where is Fashola? They say we are all in it together now. We are in it together now. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose. I appreciate your contribution to the focus this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Lady Sandra.
Morning.
My name is Prince Y.S. calling you from a ward office.
You're welcome, Prince Y.S. Please go on.
Not my dear. You see, the president gives order to the minister or to those who are concerned. I think the more people to implement the order, and it's the civil servants. They are the people could take a farm from one place to another. And the minister in charge is to supervise. And any one of them that fails to carry out the order, the next thing is to receive a very notebook. Go and read it in your previous room. Your work is done. That's how it ought to be. This country today, when we are talking of and all these things that's happening, is it not corruption? Look at the minister for interior. When he talked to the civil servant there, some of us say, it can't happen, it can't get at the end of the day. When the man presses his job squarely, he gets to normal. And that's how it's supposed to be in every ministry. Mr. President has given order. What I'm just urging Mr. President to do now. Any civil servant, any minister that fails to carry out orders for him, is just that people with me. They want to retire by force. This will be very good with a serious storm. This government, as providers of God, we succeed. It wants to succeed because the village was very hard, very painful, but at long run, if all of us contribute to the progress of this country, especially the civil servants who will carry order of Mr. President. If they are so patriotic, they must do the need to move one like that to move forward. Whether you are in custom, whether you are in any sphere you find yourself, what have in your mind that I want Nigeria
to
move forward. This is what I say this morning. Lady Sandra, good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well. Thank you very much, Prince Wise. I appreciate your contribution this morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ajibola, calling from Nicola.
All right.
I really like what we are facing now in the country. Socially speaking, I like it. Because when people talk, some people claim that we are hypocrites, and yet they themselves they are the real hypocrite that is even disturbing this nation. What is really killing us is our level, the high level of hypocrisy we have. Come to think of it. Even our so-called president now, our president now, I take that statement. Our president now protested against fuel subsidy in 2012. That was when Jᴏɪṛ increased the fuel price, the fuel pump price rate. But now, people that were saying it that it was wrong, no, it was wrong. Now they now say that it is good now. Now, where is that good that landed us now? Where has it landed us? And a lot of them are keeping quiet and they are still saying that it's still good. It's better that they should remove the subsidy and that is what hypocrisy can do. And that is why we find ourselves here. I said it when I'm a Yoruba man, Ajibola is a Yoruba. But I am not just a citizen of this country, not a citizen of Yoruba. That is why I said it when Baba was to contest. I said, sir, this is nothing. This man has nothing to offer this nation. Pure. Don't just because he's a Yoruba man say nonsense in your mouth. We know his antecedents. We know his antecedents. We know his pedigree. We know his integrity. Now, a kind of person can not give an instruction. Can you only give you an instruction in that place and you not do it, Sandra? What will happen?
All right.
That is what they are saying. Nobody is just saying that security border. Who is giving the order? God bless this nation.
Thank you very much. And God bless this nation. All right, we'll take a break from the phone line and take some messages from Facebook. Yes, we are still live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can join the conversation on those platforms as well. Don't forget that you can also download the Radio Garden app on your phone, so you can listen to Mainland 98.3 FM anywhere you are at all. I have here John Benjamin is saying on Facebook, good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Please, how do we define that executive order? Nigerians are in one chance until God in his infinite mercy pull this administration out of power. Otherwise, Nigerians will remain what they have, where they are. Have a wonderful working week. And that is John Benjamin on Facebook sharing that one. I also have here Frederick Morka is saying, good morning, Mainland crew. Truth be told, this government is just a government of loudmouth and propagandists. They are completely unprepared for anything. No plans, just mere lip service to critical things affecting the masses. But they pay full attention to their own self-needs. If it doesn't benefit them, they don't act on it. E.g., the new plane that came in quietly, or were told the rise we never saw, the sales had stopped. I'm wondering, did you see the rise, Sandra? I did not. The sales have stopped. When did it start? That it has stopped. That's an interesting one. All right, I also have here Benjamin from Shogunle saying good morning. To me, under the administration of President Tinubu, executive order is mere order. It's a plan between the president that is giving the order and the people to implement the order to deceive the Nigerian masses. The only order that works in this administration is the order that favors politicians, that is the president and his people. Executive order is supposed to be the highest order, but under the Tinubu-led government is not so. Where do we go from here? Time will tell. And that's Benjamin from Shogunle on Facebook sharing his own thoughts. Also have here Tᴏᴜ Adelie on Facebook. In the case of policy formulation and implementation failures of President Tinubu's government, why medicine after death? Atiku Abubakar had published his economic blueprints and granted series of interviews and presidential debates to be given a chance by the people to solve these problems that he had termed mere challenges. But the people who didn't pay attention got deceived with the so-called dependability and reliability of now incumbent. Did President Tinubu ever show any economic blueprint other than the APC manifesto that he had denied, or did he attend any unbiased debates and interviews to do so? The people have stewed in their pancake and must enjoy it till 2027, because as is highly needed now to hurriedly remove the president is difficult by Nigerian law. And that's Tᴏᴜ Adelie Thompson from Obanikoro sharing that one. I also have Onotoye Temitope on Facebook. From all indications, it's glaring that this party or president is not prepared. Can you tell me one executive order and policy that was issued and has been implemented? That's true. I wanted to say subsidy is gone, but then I just remembered it's shortfall and under recovery. All right. There's a saying that when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. The only thing that this administration was fully prepared to do was pronouncement that subsidy is gone without thinking and ensuring that adequate preparation is on ground to cushion the effects that it would infringe on the citizens. You remove excise duties on drugs, knowing fully well that importers will still have problem with forex due to unstable exchange rate. For how long shall Nigerians continue to be on their knees praying that the executive order that crude should be sold to Dangote and other modular refineries in Naira will begin to be sold as from October, and will not end up like one of the propagandas which Nigerians call Sakamaji? We are moving towards the end of August, so I would like to confirm, should we still expect Port Harcourt refinery to become operational and functional, or should we expect another breaking news from Mele Kyari that it has been postponed till the end of the year? God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onotoye from Jagemo community sharing that one. I also have here Atonda Kayode Samuel. Quite unfortunate that the policy pronouncement of the government is not adhered to because the people involved are lawbreakers. Let the legislators bring more backing to the government policy. The policy pronouncement Tinubu to Alhaji Dangote for crude is counter to PIB because the NNPC is now NNPCL. Well, that's another conversation for another day. All right, I also have here Engineer Bonnie from Alimosho on Facebook. Good morning, Mainland FM. Thank God we are all paying the price. They said Tinubu has the experience, he can do it, he can do that. Why is the president the minister of petroleum? ICT Care on Facebook sharing that one. Chris Ewalen on Facebook is saying good morning. How long did the executive order to purchase a presidential jet last before it was implemented? How long did it take for the president to sign all the SUVs for the National Assembly? How long did it last before humongous sums of money was approved for the renovation of the residence of the vice president? This president should know one thing. Nigerians are hungry, angry, and suffering. All right, we'll take a break from Facebook. I will come back to the phone line as the conversation continues this morning. 0913-600410. Yes, we are still live on Facebook, and the conversation is around implementation or policy communication and implementation, basically, especially in wake of delay in implementation of executive orders in recent time or in this administration. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
This is Mr. James from Agbado Junction.
All right.
Honestly, sometimes I just feel like not to listen or make calls because I feel so heavy in my heart when I see the way things have been going on in this country for so long. And I see many of them that have been doing all these things and know, in fact, they got away with it. Nothing happened afterwards. And you feel like, how would veteran come that this present governor will come on board, do whatever they like, thereafter nothing happened to them, nobody calls them to call them to order, no one gives account of whatever they might have done. Just like one of the callers say about some critical callers at times. So I'm sorry to use the word. It's because I see as pain as it is. You should not get worried about them because that is human nature. So we even push you, go and do this, they will go behind you to sabotage you at the same time. That is human nature for you. But you that have integrity, you take such attitude. That is where we find ourselves, and that is what is killing us in this side of the world. Okay, look at the executive orders. They will not. No that will power. They only concentrate. If I come out and make a pronouncement, they will all come down and go back to their shields. And that is exactly what has been happening to us. Because there's nothing we can do. We are just like we are conquered. And that is why sometimes I feel sad. I say, what is my calling and my listening? What will I make that I should not have identity? Because of when I look at all these things, it troubles me so greatly. Thank you very much and have a good morning.
And you as well. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. I appreciate it. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, good morning to you. My name is Don Peters.
Good morning, Don Peters.
How was your weekend? Hope you are enjoying yourself.
I'm doing what the economy permits me to do.
Yes, so you have to take it slowly and enjoy yourself. Okay?
Thank you.
Let me just weigh in on this. Sandra, you know it like I do. Governance is something you think through. You check the nitty-gritty of the policy you want to push out to people before you push it out. Governance is not something you do by command or by orders. It is somebody who has nothing to offer govern a country or a nation by order. But those who understand what governance is something they have worked it through, think it through, know how to implement it and go about it. But in as much as somebody who is in the seat of authority has nothing to offer, that is when they go by orders. The orders you are dishing out, is it implementable? How have you think it through? Have you strategized and know how to govern about it, how to go about it? The answer is no. You are only giving orders, thinking you can grab it, take it and run away with it, and you can govern by orders. It does not work that way. And everybody knows about it. I'm happy that so many Nigerians are speaking up. The hypocritical people among us, they are seeing it. They are thinking that the economy can grow by hypocritical statements and the rest of other things. But they have done or not right now that we are on a place where it's not good for ourselves. So when next opportunity presents itself, we should do the needful by putting the people who can think through our policies, not those who can just give orders on our policies for if it is done that something that cannot be done. The orders can never grow economy. That's just the truth. So it is something that we think through.
Nice.
If you give order, let there be mainland FM. Can it be? But the MD or whoever owns it, think it through and they work it through before it happens. You cannot just give orders and the orders will be carrying out itself. I'm sorry, Nigerians, we have to endure next 2 years plus. When the opportunity presents itself, do the needful. But if you want to continue by orders, do otherwise. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don Peters. I appreciate your contribution. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Princess.
Good morning.
My name is M쏘ɪᴜᴜ. I'm calling from Alabama.
All right.
Princess. You see, the policy pronouncement of this government never intended to have a policy. When you have a diversionary policy sector that not well have our good intention. For example, anytime you hear a policy statement, am I right now? Am I on the phone?
Yes, I will hear with you.
Okay, fine. Anytime you hear about policy statements from this government of monarchy is reacting to certain things. For example, during the time we say, blah, blah, blah. My Colombian father told me that, okay, we can out of this thing. There's somebody who has about 40 months politically motivated in this. I still don't know how we can implement that. But the acting at that time, there was a hot argument that he wants to move students from Lagos to, from Abuja to Lagos. That debate was very hot. The country was hot. He just came with that and diverted the people attention from that. He now came to Dangote. Dangote is this in the country. There was first scarcity, the man was crying, blah, 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 blah. And Dangote himself is an institution on his own. He just came and say, okay, naira, da. It's not intended just to please and say that yes, we are doing something. You understand? This is number one. But about food. When people start agitating that want to go for hunger strike, hunger protest, blah, 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 blah. They came with this idea of waiver of food importation, whatever, food items, whatever. But you know what?
I'm with you.
All these things, yes. You see, but if you look at the color condition that attached to it now,
all right.
This is September. Nothing comes out of it. So a government that believes in illegality, like this government, they will never come with a policy that will better the life of Nigeria.
All right.
That is Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I appreciate your take, Malam Salau. Thank you. 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call. Time check is 9:35 a.m. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes.
This is Mr. Sunday. I'm calling from Kenya.
Okay.
Actually, what is actually happening to us is more than a military coup. Where we find ourselves now, and the government is more like we don't have government. It happens that we have government, at least with the cry of the people. There should have been something that will, at least will come out for the people. But unfortunately, what is really happening to us, a lot of things going on, which we as the citizens, we have lost everything in terms of the economy, infrastructure, everything. We lost it. And it's not that we don't have politicians, we don't have leaders, but the leaders we are having, they are not even it's like they are not even in Nigeria to taste to it. They are not in Nigeria. If they are in Nigeria, they should know that at least you are a senator, you go out there, you visit one of the streets or one of the states to see how things are going around. But unfortunately, these people, it's like they are not in this country. Either they are abroad, they are really not from abroad. I just hope so, because this is not how Nigeria is supposed to be. We can't be running system of government like this, and we are one of the African best crude oil nation, and unfortunately we don't have anything. How will somebody will be taking crude oil from here to outside country and refine it and bring it to a country where you have your refineries? And these things are our comparative advantage. This is what will help the country. If you can buy fuel for 1 liter for 100 naira, then what will be the cost of garri? What will be the cost of rice and other things? So I don't actually get what our government is doing. I don't know what they are implementing, and they kept collecting huge amount of dollars. So I just hope this will not escalate to something else. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution, Mr. Sunday. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Yes.
All this they say that all this social water. They are finding out. The people knows about it now. Because you see, when they give out this 90 billion naira, does it want any implementation? When they bring out the to buy LPG, does it need any implementation? When they bring to refine they just
oh no. All right, thank you very much. So let's see, we have quite some messages here. I'll just take them and we'll be back to the phone line. We'll take one or two as we wrap things up this morning. I have here Achogba Solomon on WhatsApp is saying from Ikeja, saying, when some people re-Christian Tinubu's APC government as government of propaganda and falsehoods, do you think it's just a play? That's what we call audio promises on the streets. If Tinubu or APC tell you good morning, go and check the sun first. The executive order just to calm the gullible ones down. Where is the 40,000 naira rice amongst others? The one that baffles me most, aside hunger, is the price of drugs. How people are dying because of not being able to afford medications and treatments? If you ask me, well, works. Anyone who believes in this administration, you're on your own. We saw it coming, but they were busy calling us names. Achogba Solomon sharing that one here on WhatsApp. I also have here, for the fact that President Tinubu is covering all the wrongs President Buhari has done to Nigerian economy and security, President Tinubu should ensure whatever he wanted to do, he should do it and follow it to the latter, knowing fully that time is flying. Alhaji Suber sharing that one. I also have here, good morning. Okay, I think I've taken this already. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, this is $3 promotion.
All right.
Yes, on that executive order of our president. And once Buhari was president, I thought it was about 15 months. I didn't know that we were doing it another day. You know, very unfortunate. You know, and I can see a government that if achievements were only on the paper and on the media or the electronic media, that's where we are. But if there are no physical projects, physical achievements, we can lay our hands on and say this is what we have done. Look at the other day, we went to France. We went to France. Under 3 days, he rushed back to Nigeria to come and swear in the Chief Justice and went back to France again at whose expense? It surprises me. His managers didn't they tell him that the tenure of the last 6 years CDM has expired. For him to wait and do that, then when he's going for vacation, he will go. All this is on the neck of Nigeria. We are suffering, that telling us to cool down. The wife now has gone into tomatoes. Yeah, that's what Buhari's wife did. She was persuading us, 3%, my husband will do wonderfully well. We are okay in our family. We don't need their money. Now, she's not speaking. She has hidden. When they hear that the people want to protest, they will come up with one policy, one executive order. I mean, are we kids? Buhari, they called him Baba Go Slow. This one now, we can call him Baba No Action. No action. Yes, we can target like that. We're not wrong. See how Nigerians are lamenting. 99% of those who are called in their program have been missing. We are not happy with the government. It's not about a matter of tribe, sentiment, religion. No. It's about reality. If the whole things can come from Yoruba land, then let them deliver. Fine. If they can come from Igbo land, let them deliver. Fine. Let us, I'm only suggesting and appealing to our listeners here. Let us use one mind and be approaching Nigerian issue. They like it or not, they will listen. Those who are in government, they think that it is all well for them. But the cries of the poor people is reaching heaven. Right. And that's why you see many of them suffering from changing nurses. I'm just disappointed. I'm sorry it's happening like this, and I pray it doesn't go beyond this. I don't know if God is using this to punish us for our sins. I pray for forgiveness. I pray for His forgiveness to give us good leaders. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much. Even if at all some people are being punished, or a land, or even if at all a land is being punished, for the evil of some people, then I mean that means that the good there are no people at all that are good in that place that can at least atone for the sins of some people. Anyways, that's just on a lighter note. We'll have to wrap things up now on the show. I'll just wrap things up with a few messages. I have some messages here on Facebook. I'll take them. Dairo is saying on Facebook, good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. This government has been failing woefully from inception. Personally, I feel this government has absolutely nothing to offer. The earlier we wake up to this reality, the better. I wish we can even have a digital scorecard and billboards to broadcast performances of government, and this should also be translated into our local languages. Subsidy removal failed, forex flotation failed, Fᴏᴜ refinery failed, etc. A scorecard that no amount of propaganda can erase, and it will be there for all to see and understand too. Still on Facebook, I have here Ayo Oasis Olaide I do not think the problem with the administration, as with the previous ones, on policy formulation, communication and implementation has much to do with competence. Rather, it has everything to do with political will, which is a moral issue. What we see is not total policy failure, but selective policy formulation and implementation driven by selfish interest of our leaders. Until we as a people go back to the drawing board and work on our moral framework, progress may remain nowhere in sight. Ayo from Muwe sharing that one. I also have here on Facebook Udosa Aniete. Good morning. Please, government needs to know that people are dying in hunger and insecurity. They should act fast to solve hunger issues. All right, and that's Udosa Aniete sharing that one. And also on WhatsApp here, I have here Olamikwasi from Ilogba Elegba. Good morning, Sandra and Fuad. Honestly, this government is fond of talking before thinking and making a lot of reckless pronouncement without proper consideration, consultation, and led government and administration is a military style in a so-called constitutional democracy, of which the judiciary is an induced wife of the executive and the legislature is a side chick of the executive. That is why he's giving order. Mr. Okune from Festac Town, thank you very much. That's a wrap for today on Mainland Focus. We have to move on now to trending stories on the international scene. Welcome into the studio, Fuad Said.
Thank you.
It's been quite, a role this morning as people are expressing that. I think what I've taken out of everything is the fact that it's not policy, that it's not the policy that's the problem. I think which we also agree with. All right, but what they're saying now is, or what majority have said, is political will and moral, standing to carry out or to implement these policies.
Well, I think the president should start to think about his policy formulation and implementation strategy. Really, he should not just issue out policy statements without a proper thought process as to how it will be implemented. I think that's also one big minus from this particular government. They keep dishing out policy statements, presidential directives. Look, a presidential directive is supposed to be like a fatwa. You issue it, everybody runs helter-skelter to implement it. But when you now issue a directive from the president, and then somebody are sitting down, they're now coming up with guidelines, you now start the committee, a framework,
implementation committee.
Before the president makes a pronouncement, you do all of that. And so when the pronouncement is made, everybody runs with it.
Thank you very much. And just as one of our callers, I can't remember the name or who said that now, just as that caller has said, let the executive execute, let the legislature legislate, and let the judiciary to
adjudicate.
It's all right, thank you. Because what came to my mind was not it, but that's just basically it. When the executive is supposed to execute things, and when the executive is not executing things, then what exactly are they doing? And my own big question will forever be, where is the Minister of Agriculture?
He's busy. He's working.
It's okay. Thank you very much for that. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we move on to Global View, where we'll be looking at the top stories on the international scene, the top 3 trend stories on international scene. So don't touch it out. Stay with us. It's still Mainland 98.3 FM.